Peter Obi effortlessly changed the lives of many Nigerians and nobody noticed. It all started when Peter Obi dumped the People's Democratic Party and moved swiftly down to Labour Party to pursue his political career so as to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The very moment Peter Obi moved from PDP down to Labour Party, it caused a lot of uproars in the country. A lot of Nigerians believed that sudden movement would lead to the abrupt end of Peter Obi's political career and political ambitions in the country, but that did not happen. The moment Peter Obi dumped the People's Democratic Party and moved down to the Labour Party, it marked the beginning of various success in his political ambitions. A lot of well-meaning Nigerians domiciled all across the country also moved swiftly from PDP down to Labour Party just because of Peter Obi, because they believe that Peter Obi is the only credible candidate contesting in the presidential elections in the country. Peter Obi gradually started gathering momentum in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians who sought and wanted real change in the country moved or decamped and joined Peter Obi in Labour Party because they believe that this man called Peter Obi is the only person that can fix and rectify all of the wrongdoings in the country. The Peter Obi movement started growing from strength to strength, and a lot of politicians were flabbergasted when they noticed that Peter Obi was gathering momentum from all corners of the country, and that was when they sought for various ways and methods to thwart the capabilities of Peter Obi. They even called Peter Obi a social media president because they believed that the obedience were domiciled heavily on social media, and that was why they termed Peter Obi president of Nigerians on social media. But that did not stop or slow down Peter Obi in trying to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The fans and supporters of Peter Obi started growing from strength to strength, and they had to give them a name, and that is where the Obedient came from. Because supporters of Peter Obi were named the Obedient, and the movement to become the president of Nigeria began in full force. Many Nigerians who have lost hope in the political scenes and activities in the country quickly reactivated their spirit and went out to get their PVCs in order to cast their votes in the presidential elections. A lot of Nigerian youth joined the Labour Party in order to contest for various positions and seats in the general elections. Before then, Peter Obi had to choose his vice presidential candidate, and that is where Babadati Ahmed came in. Babadati Ahmed was a carbon copy of Peter Obi. These guys shares the same portfolio and mindset. These guys were determined to change all of the wrongdoings. The Obedati movement became a formidable movement in the country. These guys pulled up various crowds in campaign grounds. These guys were able to pull up supporters from all parts of the country, from the south, east, west, north. These guys pulled up crowds in campaign grounds and rallies. When Peter Obi was to visit any part of the country, the residents in that part of the country will leave their work. Some won't go to work. Some will abandon their work just to attend and see Peter Obi in person. Some went as far as going down to the airport to welcome him and welcome Babadati Ahmed. And this came as a shocker because a lot of politicians domiciled in the All Progressive Congress and the PDP never believed that Peter Obi, after the campaign from the People's Democratic Party and moving down to the Labour Party, would not be able to pull up supporters, fans, and well-wishers in that short period of time. Peter Obi, against all odds, blew the minds of various journalists in the country because we've never witnessed anything like this. We've never seen a man who decamped and moved to a new and striving political party to gather the amount of fans and supporters he had at that point in time. A lot of politicians weren't happy with the activities of Peter Obi, and that is why they threw shades at him. Various politicians had to call out Peter Obi and also faking various forms of stories so as to stop the good people of Nigeria from loving this man called Peter. Fast forward down to the presidential elections. During the presidential elections, everything were moving smoothly for Peter Obi. Nigerians turned out in mass to vote for Peter Obi in all parts of the country. Some Nigerians had to go as far as casting their votes under rains, suns. Some traveled far and wide, locating their polling units just to cast their votes for Peter Obi because they believed so much in him. Nigerians believed that this man called Peter Obi is the only person that can rectify the country. But shockingly, INEC being the body that conducted the presidential elections, announced Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner. A lot of Nigerians were flabbergasted. Some couldn't believe their eyes. Some were astonished because they never believed that Bola Ahmed Tinubu could sneak out a victory in the presidential elections. The Obedients were pretty sure that Peter Obi should be the rightful winner because they saw the amount of people who turned out for him in reality. And they also followed the presidential elections, looking at various polling unit videos that circulated on social media. INEC announced Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president-elect, and he was sworn in as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And at the same time, Peter Obi, together with his team, promised the obedience that they were going to reclaim the mandate from the court of law. Fast forward down to the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal. Peter Obi, together with his team, performed excellently. These guys unraveled and unearthed various mysteries. These guys brought up various evidence, facts, data to claim that they're the rightful winner in the presidential elections. Peter Obi, together with his team, performed excellently. They put up various specialists to do a proper investigation, to dig deep down to all of the cabinets, all of the materials used in conducting the presidential elections on the 25th of February 2023. But before then, something very, very interesting happened. Some youth who joined the Labour Party so as to seek various political positions were surprised to see that they got maximum votes during the elections. A particular obedient, who was a keke rider, was very surprised and flabbergasted to see that he got maximum votes in his constituency. And this is something that has never happened in the country. Previously, before you can acquire or get any political position, you have to look for a godfather or look for a formidable political party in the country. You have to be domiciled either in the All Progressive Congress or the People's Democratic Party. But Peter Obi jumped into the scenes and changed it all. Peter Obi effortlessly illustrated the fact that you don't need a political godfather before you can seek or acquire or be voted into any political position in the country. Peter Obi effortlessly revived Nigerians who were so against the political activities in the country. A lot of Nigerians who never voted before, a lot of Nigerians who never had a PVC went out in mass to get their PVC, came out in mass to vote and participate in the political activities in the country. The name Peter Obi should be studied in universities. This guy's name should be studied heavily and closely because the way and manner, the methods he used in these political activities in the country should be studied, and a lot of Nigerian students should watch him closely to acquire and get all of the knowledge. Peter Obi effortlessly changed the mindset of Nigerians. He changed a lot of Nigerians. He revived a lot of people in the country. And that is why the obedience are following the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal closely. The Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal scheduled September 16th as a day to pass the judgment concerning the presidential elections in the country. And a lot of Nigerian youth, the obedience to be precise, are closely following and waiting for the outcome of the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal, because Nigerians want the rightful winner. They want the man who won in the presidential elections to reclaim the mandate and be on that seat. Funny enough, after the presidential elections, Peter Obi did not just stop. Previously, after contesting the presidential elections, a lot of Nigerian politicians would just go back to their hiding place and you never see them again till the next elections. But not Peter Obi. Peter Obi still remained active. He still came out and criticized all of the wrongdoings in the country. He still advised the president on what to do. Peter Obi also traveled to various events in the country. All of the events hosted by the obedient, he traveled and he was active. And a lot of Nigerians couldn't believe their eyes. They all thought and believed that after the presidential elections, Peter Obi would act like the others. Just like Atiku Abubakar, who after the presidential elections, we barely hear anything about him. What about Rabiu Kwankwaso and Sowore? All of these guys, we've not heard from them after the presidential elections, but Peter Obi is very different. Even after losing out based on the declarations of INEC, he is still very active in the political scenes in the country. He still travels for various meetings. He still attends Labour Party's crucial meetings. Peter Obi has proven over and over again that he's different. He has proven that he has the best interests of Nigerians at heart, and that is why he's fighting tooth and nail to reclaim his mandate from the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal. Peter Obi went as far as getting vital information. He went as far as risking it all. This guy stepped on various toes. This guy also unraveled various mysteries and secrets hidden away from Nigerians. Kudos to Peter Obi, because Peter Obi has changed the landscape of Nigerian politics forever. This guy has changed the way Nigerian youth, even the kids growing up, he has changed the mindset. He has changed the way everyone sees politics in the country. And that is why the obedients are praying that the court of law do the needful. They want the court of law to be unbiased. They want the court of law to give the right judgment without being influenced by any politician in the country. 16th of September is the day scheduled for the judgment. Do you want to see how Peter Obi will perform on the 16th of September? Do you want to see if he will reclaim his mandate or not? If you want to find out, click on the video showing right here on your screen. Click on this video and I will see you there.